Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in their Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks to help you guys win in every single lobby that you get into, because I've seen a lot of people in my comment section or in DMs or just wherever. I've seen a lot of people asking maybe which server I'm on, or maybe I'm just getting some lucky lobbies, or if everyone I run into is just complete bots. Any one of those things. I'm going to show you guys exactly why I'm able to dominate every single lobby I go into, whether I'm playing against sweaty players, whether I'm playing against noob players. I'm going to show you guys how I'm able to dominate lobbies like that. And before we get into the video, I'm going to be launching up another V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want to win a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you have to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And lastly, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys add my new Snapchat. It is YOuR. I have a lot of cool stuff going over there. I post pretty actively on there, so make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Okay, so like I said, I've seen a lot of comments and a lot of things just saying that I get in some lucky lobbies, or maybe I'm playing on some weird servers. And first of all, to clear off for you guys who want to know what servers I play on, I do play on NAE servers. I'm from the East Coast, so I'm playing on the East servers because I'm not trying to lag really bad. And I just gotta say, for those of you guys who actually play on Asia servers to get wins or to get kills, I mean, that's honestly just kind of sad, and you're kind of bad for it. So if you play on those servers, you're kind of trash. I've seen a lot of players do it and claim they're good players. I mean, it just doesn't add up. I remember back when the game first started, I think now it's like Asia servers that everyone's trying to get into. I remember when it first started, it was Brazilian servers, and there was just a ton of people trying to go to Brazilian servers just to get easier lobbies. And the ping was just too bad. I played on one of them just to try it out, just to see how it was. And I didn't even win that game. I think I got killed by like a trap or something that was camping. It was like in a doorway or something. Just something dumb like that. I got killed by a trap. But I played on one of those servers, and it was just so incredibly laggy. Like, you couldn't build, you couldn't edit. Like, it was just so bad. So I'm never playing those servers again. And I don't even care like if it's like easier players or you can get more wins. It's just not even fun to play. And I don't know why people would play on it for a long term. But I've seen a lot of people say that the lobbies I'm getting to is just good lobbies, that I'm just facing a bunch of bots every single game. And while sometimes that could be the case, most of the time it really isn't. And I'm going to give you guys a few tips and tricks to help you guys dominate every single lobby that you go into, no matter if you're playing like bad players, good players. There's a few things that you can always do to give yourself the best advantage possible. So when you're going into gunfights, even if you're playing really sweaty players, you still have a chance of winning the gunfight. And there's some things that I do every single game that really give me this advantage. And that's how I'm able to drop those high kill games very consistently in Fortnite. And to be honest with you guys, when it comes to Fortnite, I would say most of my losses are just the noobs, and I just make a dumb decision, or I just get lit up and sprayed. I really don't die to sweaty players too much. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know if you guys are the same way, but it's just always like the worst players that just get the kill on me. Because I don't know why, maybe I just get sprayed down, just, bad balloons, whatever the case may be. I'm usually dying to these bad players. But sometimes I do die to sweats. It does happen, but I don't really run into too many sweaties very often, to be honest with you. I mean, I run into them in a few times in the game, but usually the way I play, I'm not really running into sweaties all the time. And where I'm going with that, when I post my videos, I always post, the highest kill game of that day, or just a really high kill or really good gameplay for that video. But in my games, I die all the time to good players and above average players. And a lot of the times, when it comes to those games where I'm facing more than one team of just really good players, those are the type of games I typically don't post. And the reason for that is those are like the 7, 8, or 9 kill games. I had a solo just earlier today where I was just running into like a sweaty team after sweaty team. It was actually in solo, so it really wasn't a team. It was just a solo. But I ran into like 3 or 4 sweaties at the end, and what could have been a 12 kill game or maybe even more turned into like a 7 or even 8 kill game, just because the players I'm running into were so sweaty. It just took me a lot longer to kill those players. And when it comes to those high kill games, you have to kill players very quickly. So if you're taking a lot of time on players, and those are the better players, the better players you run into, the more time it's going to take to kill them. And the reason why I'm able to dominate so many lobbies game after game is just the way I play. And just notice how in this situation right here, and I could have just challenged the team right away down below on the hill, but to give myself the best opportunity to win this gunfight, I went to the top of the hill instead, and they pretty much just ran up right towards me. And when they're running up towards me out of the high ground like that, it is so easy to get headshots because their head is going to be so available for you. So that is why I'm able to get so many of these consistent wins, is just my playstyle and the way I'm playing. So if you guys want to be able to win more of your games and win more consistently, because even if I was playing against sweaty players, to say it's an exact same situation and these guys are like completely sweaty players, that is still going to give me the best advantage possible to win that gunfight. Because when I'm on top of the hill like that and they rush up towards me, they're still going to leave themselves kind of vulnerable to get shot at. So you could be playing really good players, but if you could play exactly how I played right there, you know, playing the advantage like that, you're going to be able to win a lot more gunfights a lot easier. You're not going to have to be spending a ton of time in these gunfights. So even if I just kill these players fast, it could look like they're bad players just because of how fast I killed them. But in reality, they're really good players. I was just able to outplay them even faster. So take these exact same situation, say the other team was up on the hill and I was at the bottom, say it was a 2v1. What I probably would have done in that situation, it would not have been smart for me to push up on that hill. If I pushed up on the hill, I would have had Scar spammed all the way down, P90 spammed, and it would have been taking me so many mouths to get up, and I guarantee you I would have gotten tagged the mess out of. So I probably would have lost a lot of health and a lot of mats. So typically what I would do, people are pretty kill hungry and they'll chase for kills. So most of the time, if they're still up on that hill, I'll probably back up or I'll try to come from a different angle. And when someone's on the high ground like that, I'll try to get up to the high ground. The only time I would really push up on there is if I absolutely have to, maybe the circle's coming in, or I would push up there if I can get all the way, you know, really close to the top or even at the top or even higher before they even notice me. So that's probably what I would do in that situation. I wouldn't just challenge right away. So this is how I'm able to kill better players. If there are some sweaty players just on the high ground with scars, there is not a chance I'm going to be able to get up there without getting completely lasered and completely fried. So if you want to be able to win games a lot easier and just dominate all these lobbies, you definitely have to change your playstyle and the way you play your games. So here in this situation, I got knocked down from that player, so I probably just didn't want to just ramp up again because that guy would just laser me down. So instead, I challenged from a different angle, you know, get myself as high as I could before this guy shot me down, and I knew he had a deagle, so I made sure my wall is in front of me, so if he shot my wall, it would not have knocked me down. So here's the next team, and I'm trying to give myself the best advantage possible before going into the gunfight, because it would have been a lot tougher to get this team if they already knew I was coming up on them. Because as you guys can see how these guys are playing, they're just playing mad spraying, you know, left and right. They're just AR spamming me the mess out of me. So basically, getting as close to these guys as possible, getting that first tag off was definitely an advantage for me. And it definitely saved me a ton of mats, and as well, it probably saved me a few tags of shield, because these guys are spraying. Eventually, when people are just spraying at you, they're eventually going to tag you, and you know, sometimes they get that lucky headshot, sometimes they get a body shot. So you of course hope for the body shot, but sometimes the guys get those headshots and knock you for a ton of health. And the last thing you want is just to run up on a team and you're already down a lot of shield. And because if you're fighting two other players, you want to have the most amount of shield possible. So if you're down shield rushing up on that team, it's going to be a lot more difficult, because now you probably want to pop your shields off, and you're going to have to get even more mats to use to get high ground again. You're not going to be able to take as many shots, because I play a lot more cautious when I don't have any shield at all, or after I get tagged for a massive amount of damage. Because I always want to try to get my minis off, have as much health as possible, because these kids just get the luckiest shots for over 100 damage. So I always try to make sure I have enough shield. So if I'm getting lasered while I'm rushing up on a team, then I'm going to have to heal up. And the next player I run into, this guy has a little bit of a high ground advantage, where it's kind of at the same height, so I'm giving myself a little bit of an advantage. And this guy's just going to build up. This guy's spraying at me a ton. So I'm trying to get a few shots off, maybe get a tag or two. So this guy's just building up like crazy, and from here, I just want to knock this guy down. I don't want him to get massive amount of high ground, because there's still 5 other people left in the game. So I get sprayed from any direction. So this guy tries to rush me, and whether this guy was a good player or not, it wouldn't have mattered, because this guy had low ground on me. I had a wide open shot on his head. I hit him for a good amount of damage right there, and I was able to finish him off with the P90. So here, I'm just popping my shields, and I remember the guy that I knocked earlier. He was coming out of the storm. I know his teammate was a bot, so he was going to go for the revive. And here's just a case where you just find a bot player. So I'm just looking at this guy, popped him in the head, was able to get the kill on that guy. So now there is 2 other people left in this game. So the next player I run into, I'm just ramping up to this guy. This guy's spraying the mess out of me. So one thing I did in the late game, I mentioned in a few other videos, is that I'm building out of steel. And building out of steel is really, really effective for the late game. It's going to be much more harder for another player to shoot you out. Try to go for that here. I missed it a few times, but still was able to get that 85 damage tag. So I'm playing a little bit high ground, looking for a few shots, was able to tag him again right there. So now I'm just playing for a little bit of high ground. I'm not really trying to overbuild too much, because the circle's going to be coming in. So I'm just trying to build just enough to get a few shots on this guy. So I know this guy had been really low, because I tagged him twice for shield, and he got touched by the storm. I think it does 10 damage now. So this guy is probably around like 70 health at most. So this guy challenged me immediately. I don't know why he just didn't back off and try to play heals, but this guy is still challenging all out. I was able to get the kill him right there, so now it is a 1v1. And sometimes you get really lucky in those games where you just have the last player as a bot. And this is one of those games where the last player was just a complete bot. So it was a pretty easy kill for me. I know I'm playing heals, making sure my health is all the way up. And here I'm in a pretty good situation. I have the the highest advantage. And I didn't know at the time this guy was going to be a complete noob. But once I saw his skin, I knew something was up, and just something didn't add up. Because you just know when you see certain skins that certain skins certain players use that are really, really good. Maybe like a soccer skin, and then you have the noobs. Maybe they rock the default skin. Sometimes you have some fake default skins, but maybe they rock a default skin. They rock a DJ Llama. Just some noob skins. And this guy that I fought, he had the aim skin, which is the week. I think he had to complete. There was the week 7 challenges he had to do. So you had to do 7 weeks of challenges for you to be able to get this skin. And this skin is atrociously a noob skin. So I'm getting a tag on this guy. I got another tag on this guy's completely clueless. So I'm not really trying too hard. I'm kind of just messing around. I'm gonna drop down, get a headshot on that guy, and there we go. That is a 16 kill game. And alright guys, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to drop a like on this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on my notifications, and as well, make sure you guys add my Snapchat if you guys haven't already. And alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.